This morning, we had the privilege of being invited to the unveiling of the official campaign aircraft for Pierre Poilievre's 2025 bid to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. In addition to taking off from Hamilton's John C. Munro International Airport, it sure seems like his campaign is taking flight with yet another announcement to benefit seniors.
Let's take a look. All right, good morning, everybody. Northern Perspective on the tarmac, literally, with Pierre Poilievre's new plane for the campaign. And it is a beautiful symbol of what is to come in Canada. I'm here with Dan Muse, member of Parliament for Flamborough-Glanbrook, and the prosecutor himself, Larry Brock, our future Minister of Justice. So we were at a phenomenal rally last night. Dan, 4,000, 5,000 people?
5,000 people. The place was packed. The crowd was wrapped around the building to get in, and waited, and often for some people waited an hour. So that kind of enthusiasm for the next Prime Minister of Canada in Hamilton. I've never seen a crowd this large. Even when our great Prime Minister Stephen Harper was here, we didn't have the crowds this big. There is a movement for change.
And Larry, this is going to be a dogfight of a campaign. I think the Conservatives expected this no matter what the polls were back in January. We knew Mark Carney was probably going to be coming, and we knew the polls were going to tighten up. What are you expecting?
We don't underestimate anything. We will bring it home. We will ensure that we're deploying all of our resources. We will be relentless in knocking on doors. We've all put together amazing teams. All 343 candidates across this country are ready to bring home change.
So Canadians, you need to get involved. You need to volunteer. Contact your EDA. They need help, even if it's an hour that you can give over the next month, or an hour a day, or the entire day. They need your help. So get involved. Be part of the change that this country needs. Let's bring it home.
Bring it home.
So that was something, folks. There was a bunch of MPs from the area, a bunch of candidates for the area, and it was something to see that big, beautiful plane just sitting there, literally ready to take off. It's just a symbol of hope that change is coming. It is absolutely coming. And for those of you that were not at the rally last night, it was phenomenal.
It was incredible.
I've never seen so many people.
We met so many people from MP Nation, and it was just, the place was packed. Like, they estimate around 5,000 people. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. From what we heard was that for parking, it was like this industrial complex, so there's lots of parking, and then that overflowed, and people were lining up in both directions along the service road all the way out to the QEW. Like, there was so many people, so many cars. It was just phenomenal.
And I believe one of our viewers even emailed us that there ended up being no parking as far as they could see. So they ended up dropping off their wife and their child, and then having to leave because somebody had to stay there. So
it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The energy in that room was just,
it was electric.
Phenomenal. Like, I have never been to a rally like that. And it was just incredible. I don't have words for it.
So, hats off to everyone in the greater Toronto, Hamilton area, all the way down from Niagara. People came in from Mississauga, Oakville, all over. Hats off to everybody that chose to come out and support change that we need in Canada. And speaking of change, we've heard a lot from seniors over the last 2 years about how they're getting hit by this affordability crisis, and they need some relief too. Well, as of today, sounds like relief is on the way if you're going to be voting Conservative. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre pledges to allow working seniors to earn up to $34,000 tax-free.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is promising to cut taxes for seniors who choose to keep working rather than fully retire. The proposal would allow working seniors to earn up to $34,000 tax-free, which is $10,000 more than is currently the case. A Conservative government would also increase to 73 from 71, the age when seniors must stop contributing to their registered retirement savings plan. Under the current rules, at age 71, the RRSP must either be fully withdrawn, converted into a registered retirement income fund, or used to purchase an annuity. The Conservative Party also says it will keep the retirement age at 65 with respect to old age security, the Guaranteed Income Supplement, and the Canada Pension Plan. Quote, "Our seniors should not have to work, but nor should they be punished if they choose to. We should reward rather than punish work for all Canadians. My government will support seniors and let them control their own lives," end quote, Mr. Poilievre said in the video posted on social media. In 2024, Canadians could earn up to $15,075 tax-free under what is called the basic personal amount. Seniors could earn an additional $8,790 tax-free through the age amount credit. Mr. Poilievre is proposing to increase the basic personal amount for working seniors by $10,000.
So a couple things in there. Number one, the Conservatives and Pierre continues to be criticized for the previous plan under Stephen Harper's government of increasing the retirement age to 67 from 65. So it's really important that in this announcement, Pierre Poilievre is remaining at 65 in terms of his commitment for age of retirement. So that's the first part. Second part is seniors that are being paid their income through old age pension and the Canada Pension Plan are still subject to income tax. So as part of the recent announcement by Pierre of a 15% income tax cut, that is going to apply to seniors as well. So that's good news. And this is the last bit of good news is, number one, they're still able to contribute to their RRSP until the age of 73, which means they get more back in income tax refund until 73 if they choose to. So that's great. And the last part is they get that extra $10,000 of income that they can potentially earn tax-free if Pierre becomes prime minister and the Conservative government takes power. Now, this is important because a lot of seniors end up having part-time jobs, and that could effectively allow them to have that part-time job and control the amount of hours that they work and potentially pay no income tax at all on what they're actually working. So this is, I think, a good slew of benefits to seniors, especially since the senior age bracket is where the Conservatives are falling behind, mainly because of that CBC and mainstream media issue.
Well, and one of the things that we see in our inbox quite often is people asking, are the Conservatives going to cut senior benefits? And I think this very clearly outlines that the answer is no, they're not going to cut them.
And they're actually going to increase them.
Right, because they're going to be cutting the taxes that seniors pay. So next time you hear that, oh, the Conservatives are just going to slash seniors' pensions, that's absolutely not true. And you can point them to this video.
In addition, remind everybody that when the Bloc was actually proposing to, reduce the age at which people are paid old age security, the Conservatives actually voted for that in the previous government, but it was never implemented by the Liberals. So this narrative out there that Conservatives are anti-senior and they're going to cut everything, it's absolutely not true. So this is another very, very smart move by the Conservatives in their platform in order to try and siphon even more support away from the Liberals and Mr. Mark Carney. So that's it for this morning, folks. Again, keep your eye on your EDA on Facebook, on social media for any events that are coming. Pierre is out in Quebec today, so if you are out in the province of Quebec, I can't recall exactly which region of Quebec, but take a look. He's going to be having a rally later today. If you want to be part of that, check it out on social media. And there's, again, as we've said, there is nothing like being at these rallies in person. Watching them over a live stream is completely different than being in there.
It's great to watch it either way, don't get us wrong, but it's just, you can feel the energy and you can feel the hope in the room when you're there.